What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, welcome back to the it's not welcome back. Welcome to the first episode of Sunday service. And this being a very special Sunday service because it's the first Sunday. And the reason why I wanted to do this kind of program is because, with me being the Church of Black Power, I wanted to keep that same energy. I wanted to showcase Black empowerment on our great Sunday. So that's what I wanted to do here. And that's what we're going to do here. So every first Sunday, how it's going to work, basically, every first Sunday, I'm going to try to bring in somebody new to have, give you guys some game. Whatever's donated is going to go directly to whoever the speaker is. And that's going to be that. So please make sure you support. Today, we have a very special brother in the house. Our brother Black Truth United is here. I wish I had the applause sound, but our brother Black Truth United is in the house. How you doing, my brother?
Salute, brother church. Salute, family. No applause needed. We're all good here.
Next time I'll have one prepared. But just imagine y'all heard the applause sound. All right, guys? Just go. So, brother, tell us about this, your B1 Rolodex. Tell us what made you want to put something like this together.
Yes, sir. Well, with the B1 Rolodex, I started seeing a common trend, people posting support black businesses, support black businesses. And then when I would go to these sites, I would see, owned by Undugu Untufe. And then we've all seen stories where when you dig into the backgrounds and start digging into stories about people, you hear things about, hairdressers bad mouthing the sisters who are in there. You hear stories about, you know, just FBA disrespect and all kinds of things. You have East Indians pretending to be black. You have all kinds of people leeching off of the term black. We've all had that that situation where we show up and we think it's a black owned business and hello my brother, welcome to you, and so there became a need, and I heard people talking about it in different spaces. They were talking about a need for some kind of a Rolodex, some kind of a professional network where we could connect to business owners who are verified, either FBA or B1, because you can be non-FBA, but we have to know that you are for the black grassroots. You're not for, only your specific group, only for Jamaicans or only for this or that or LGBTQ or something along those lines. So I started just adding a whole bunch of different businesses that I heard about. Sincere Love the Gods, his broadcast that he does with the Black Business Showcasing, the ISM Radio show, the FBA Expo, all these different businesses from the Black grassroots, the ones that I knew about in my area. And then I started doing research and just started compiling the list. Started out with under 150, and now we're up to over 750. So slowly but surely, we're getting a good grasp of who's who, and hopefully, this will help.
You there, brother? Uh-oh. Might have hit a dead zone in there. Let's see what's got going on here.
For the
Well,
church.
yeah, I can hear you, brother. I can hear you now. You dropped out for a second.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, I guess I'll continue explaining. So with the Rolodex, it's an Excel document. It's run by Google Sheets, so you don't have to worry about it being hacked unless Google gets hacked. I mean, and even at that, there's a way for you to download it so that you have a personal copy. If anything happens to me, someone else can upload their copy and carry on the baton. So that was very convenient. And then I upgraded it, which I will show you all, into a map for the physical addresses. Not
Mm,
every single business has a physical address. For example, let's just say Rootwork deodorant. That's not going to have a physical business. The app that Brother Phil has, that won't have a physical location.
mhm,
But a coffee shop or a plumbing agency, those will have physical locations specific to a region. So those are included in the map format so that it's easy for people to say, hey, I'm in this region and I can do business with these people here. And I think, Brother Church, you said that you had an experience with one of the businesses in the B1 Rolodex.
yes, sir. One of the farms.
Yes, sir. Do you mind going into that, if you don't mind?
Well, to be honest with you, I went out there to go get some eggs, and I got some eggs, and I got them cheap. The way cheap than what at the store. The store was, I think the price for a 12 cart at the store right now, a dozen, is somewhere around $4, $5. I came out of
Mm,
there with maybe about 15 to 16 eggs, and it was somewhere around about $3, $4. So I'm very happy.
mm. And you see, with the Rolodex, we're able to circulate that dollar. Now, we're connecting businesses. The first businesses that I started targeting were the farms, because I
Mhm.
know that FBA farms in particular are targeted by not only governmental agencies, but you have people working with businesses trying to do eminent domain. We know about the family in Georgia that's experiencing that right now. They're trying to eminent domain and take their land. So I definitely wanted to focus on the farms first. And I started off on the East Coast and went all the way to the West Coast. So we got the farms. Now it's just a matter of, digging into different categories. So I'm going to be going after, doctors, mechanics, people who, everyone needs, everyone uses in their daily life. But it'll help us to circulate those dollars and circulate business in our communities.
So I heard you say that you started out with 150, and basically right now you're somewhere around over 700.
Yes, over 700. Yes.
So what is the process of like getting these businesses together? Do you call these places, or do you like how do you vet these places?
Yeah, I have. I don't want to give away the secret sauce because you'll have tethers listening in it. I found out the method, man, to get in. This is how. I'm not gonna give away all the secret sauce, but I definitely use various methods. Sometimes I'll reach out via a message. Sometimes I'll call. Most of the time, I can do things online and dig into people's backgrounds and see if they're FBA or not. Videos. I've used AI. I've used all kinds of things. So yeah, I don't want to give away all the secret sauce, but yes, they do come verified. There is another way that you can be listed, and this is all in the intro and help section inside of the B1 Rolodex. There is another way you can be listed that can bypass some of my verification, which will be either me knowing you or one of the certified contributors
Mhm.
to add you who knows you. So there are other people who can add businesses to the Rolodex. They have to go through a process. I have like training videos and stuff in order to help them to know how to do everything. But once they become verified, they can they have editing abilities inside of the Google Sheets document. So they can add different businesses. So if they know, let's say, of a Puerto Rican or a Cuban coffee shop who's non FBA, obviously, but they are B1. They're supporting Black grassroots efforts. They're with us on every single issue. They're not tethering. They can be included in the B1 Rolodex. So it's specifically for FBA businesses and anyone who's on our side as far as being B1.
That's amazing. Before I hand this over to you, my brother, Let me go ahead and give a shout out to all the people in the chat right now. I want to give a B1 salute to Seven. Love you, sister. Shout out, salute to Miss Nisi. Love you, sister. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the Big Black God. Appreciate you for being here. Shout out to Lemonade. Appreciate you for being here and for being a contributor. And shout out to Shabazz American Freeman, who asks, how can we support your work?
Let's see. So in the intro and help section, there are links to those who are contributing. I'll show you later on because I'm gonna do a screen share, and there's a place where you can see all of the contributors and their cash apps are there. Also, if you want to become a contributor, you can reach out to me via email. If I know you, if I've seen you in the Twitter streets and through online things, and I can verify I know who you are, then I can give you those videos, give you the training that you need, and you can become a certified contributor. But if you just want to contribute, just want to support with, your black dollars, then there are links to my Cash App as well as all the other contributors in the B1 Rolodex. Their Cash Apps are there as well.
Now we do have, and I hope it is pinned. I got it starred up here. We do have the link in the chat, so it should be at the top of the chat. Hopefully, it's pinned. If it's not pinned, I'll go in and try and pin it again. But with that being said, I'm gonna hand this over to you, my brother. Take over.
Got it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here we are in the B1 Rolodex. It is a very simple document. It's with Google Sheets. Nothing complicated here. It may look complicated, but it's not. You do have to be logged in to your Google account in order to access all the features. And if you're on a mobile device, it's a little bit different. Instead of using Control Find or Command Find, you'll be looking for the three dots and then clicking Find and Replace. Now, I'm logged in as a viewer, not as a contributor. So you don't have to worry about it replacing anything or messing anything up. You won't be able to edit anything inside of the Rolodex. So and if you're on a mobile device, you will have to download Sheets. It doesn't take up that much room, but that's just how you do it. All right, so here in the Rolodex, we have the names of the businesses. We have the products or services that they offer. We have a number correlating to when they were added. And then we have how you do business with them. Most of the time, it'll be a website or a social media page, but sometimes it's just a phone number or an email address. But nevertheless, it's a way where you can connect with the business to do business with them. Then, of course, we have the location. This one, for example, is not location specific. There's Brother Phil's app. It's not specific, but you have the link there. You can get directly to the business. Over here, you can ignore this section. Right over here. Let me see. Hopefully you all can see this. These are just the ones that I'm going to be filtering later on. So you can ignore that section over there. And it's just a living document. So here at the bottom, let me scroll all the way down. These are ones that I just found out about today. And then these are ones that I haven't verified. They have the question marks on them. Once they're verified, once I know that they are either FBA or B1, you'll see a marker right there. These are the contributors. So M correlates to a different contributor than B. B is me. Let's see. All right, so let's talk about, or let me show you the practicality of this. So I'm going to hit Control F, Control Find, and I'm going to type in, let's just say, let's do Dallas, Texas. So immediately it starts searching for everything that has Dallas on there in the location section. So I can scroll through. We have Arden Plumbing. There's a business right there. I think that was listed on the FBA Expo or something. Let's see. Okay, here we have Breakfast Brothers. Here we have Daddy Stroller Social Club. I thought that that was pretty cool. It's for Black fathers to join in a safe community where all of them have children, and they're just building and networking. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, and let me cover the labels. So there is a time sensitive label. For example, this one right here, the Altadena Strong Fundraiser that was originally in red. I changed it to yellow because it's not as urgent now, but they're still taking donations. So the yellow is for B1 donations or fundraisers. And if you scroll through, you'll be able to see some of them. And then the blue is for B1 petitions. So let me find Brother Church's. There we go. The RDAS Act, which if you haven't signed, read through it and sign it. If you agree with it, you just click the link. Very convenient, and it shows up. So far, he has 115 signatures. So again, it's like a gigantic link tree, of a modernized Rolodex for going through different businesses. Now, let's see, you're looking for a specific thing. Let's just say, hey, Brother Church, have you heard of a soul roll?
No, I haven't.
I've,
What is this? What it
yeah,
sound like deodorant? What's what like
no, it's it's so I didn't know about it until I started doing all this research and finding all these businesses. It's like an egg roll, but filled with soul food. So it'll have like mac and cheese, smoked turkey or something, collard green. It'll have different things, and it's all inside of an egg roll. So let's just
I
say for
am not
some
gonna lie,
reason
that sounds real fire.
it does.
Make
It does. I've never had one, but I thought that that was interesting. So let me look up soul roll, and we have looks like two businesses. You can tell right here. Mert's Heart and Soul. That's in North Carolina. You can click on the business. Don't be deceived. Some of these businesses have like pictures of white people or whatever, their customers. So don't be deceived. I think this one, yeah, this one has. So, but I've already dug into the background on these people, and they're either FBA or B1. So you can go to their menu. You can do business with them. Let's go to the other one. This one's in. Looks like there was some kind of threat. All right, here we go. This one is in Bowie, Maryland. Let's see. So again, if you want to have a soul roll, let me see if I can get a picture. I don't think they have a picture of them, but that's essentially the way you would search for the business, and you can see it's a functioning website. I make sure that all of the links work. If their website is like a little bit too outdated or whatever, you'll have a Facebook account that you can go to. Sometimes those are actually better because they include the address, but as you can see, there are plenty of things that the FBA and B1 community can provide for our people. And so that is the first tab. Let me see. Okay, so that's the first tab right here. Now the second tab is for resources and general contact numbers. So obviously you have emergency services, medical emergency, whatever. Here's the non-emergency municipal service line. You can go here and look up the number in your specific category. They have most of the major cities listed in there. Suicide and mental health crisis line, all different resources that we can use. ICE, you have the phone number and then you have the link right there. It's like a gigantic link tree. You have the FBI hate crime reporting, just a whole bunch of stuff. This is a very important one right here. Family watchdog. You can search for sexual predators in your area. So it just a lot of great resources that you can use that are all included inside of the B1 Rolodex under the second tab. Now give me 1 second. Okay, here we have the map. I'm going to skip this for now because that'll require a little bit more explaining. But here we have the intro and help section. I give a brief explanation as to why I started the Rolodex, what I covered already, the labels, and then the business listing rules. So there are limitations because you can't just add anyone to the Rolodex. There are a few categories that are restricted, multi-level network marketing, any spiritual or religious. I just don't want the controversy. Crypto, stocks, forex, all that kind of scams, those kind of things. Affiliate marketing, illegal products, not limited to drugs, so illegal firearms. But if you do have an FFL, like a legal firearm location, please reach out to me. Want to get our? I'm a big believer in the Second Amendment. I want our people to be armed. And obviously we're not turning it into a an OnlyFans palooza. So no sexual content included. And here are the listing rules. If you want your business listed, there's a simple process there. You can read through it. Here's the rule: if you're non-FBA, you either have to have a certified contributor, like I mentioned before, or two FBAs to vouch for you being on code. And then reporting if there's any tethering or anything happening. This is a living document, so it's going to be constantly verified. You can contact me at that email address. And then, yeah, that's pretty much. And then support. So here are the contributors listed. We have Brother Vader, Sister MF Kush, Sister C Terry. Some of you know some of them. And their contributor IDs correlate to this right here. So you can see the M, for example, here, the All in the Wrist Barbershop. That was added by Sister MF Kush because she's the M. So let's say, you have a business listed and it does well, or we have a business listed here and it does well. If you want to support Sister MF Kush for adding that business, you can easily Cash App her using the link right there. So that's her Cash App. Okay, now let's dig into the map. And there is a more comprehensive video outlining all the details of the map. That's when I first converted it. But let me show you. Once you click on this link, it'll take you here. This is a custom My Map. And I'm not logged in as Black Truth United. So this will be what you're seeing. And so as you can see, all the different points from the physical businesses, not the businesses that say NA, but the physical businesses that are location specific, they'll be listed in the Rolodex. And so far, the Southeast is winning. They have more than any of the others. But the South Central region, they're coming up as well. But anyway, let me show you. We have one lonely brother out there in Alaska. He does petitions all by himself. I'm just kidding. no, no, I'm just kidding.
And
But
salute to that brother, man. That's tough to be out there by himself, doing it all by himself.
yeah, it is. It is. He travels a lot too. I've talked to him in different spaces. We have two
Also,
brothers. Or
real
sorry, go
quick,
ahead.
salute to our sister stolen ancestors that just dropped in. And then also Shabazz, he says, let's see. My Cash App is blocked. Do you have any PayPal options?
Hmm. I personally do not, but I do have a Patreon that I can that you can probably find if you go to this very same place. Like, let me show you right here. I believe I have my link tree is right here. So if you click on my link tree, you should be able to see there's my YouTube. There's a Patreon right there. I guess that's the only other method. And the lowest one is, I think, $5 a month. So if that's something you want to do, that's an option as well. But we have two. Let me get back to this. Unless, was there another question, Brother Church?
No, no, go ahead, brother.
Oh, okay. So we have the brothers out there in Hawaii. Let's see. And just to let you know, all the green markers are farms. They could be, some of them are like ranches where they sell meat, or they could be like a fish farm. There's a fish farm out here in Florida. I know. Yep, he sells the tilapia guys, Corp. But let me show you the practicality of this. So let's say we were just talking about Dallas. So let me zoom in to Dallas. As you can see, it may not look like there are that many points from a more aerial view, but you can zoom in and start to see points popping up. So this is very practical. We got a barbecue joint. We got the Breakfast Brothers. I think we saw them earlier. Mama Mana Juice Bar. So we got a lot of different businesses in different regions. Some of them some of these you do have to zoom in. The best example of this is New Orleans.
Hmm.
There's a big clump of them. Let me show you. Sometimes you have to zoom in order to see. There we go. There's the clump. All on this one street. So if you zoom in, you'll see we have Cupcake Ferries. Then we have the Community Book Center. We have the Half a Shell of the Bayou, Ego Gentleman Spa, and then Fresh Sustainable Foods. So, all in that region, but you wouldn't be able to see that zoomed out. So sometimes you do have to zoom in order to see all the businesses in your specific region. And then let's say you're traveling, let's say you're on Interstate 40. That's a good one. Yeah, we're on. Here we go. I know it runs through here. So let's say you're going through Interstate 40 and you're in Memphis, sorry, Nashville. You can go to these businesses that are listed here. Haven't found a lot in Memphis yet, or sorry, in Nashville yet. So if you're in Nashville, definitely reach out to me. Let me know of a of the businesses that are in that region. But let's say you're traveling on Interstate 40 going west. Now you're in Memphis. You have Makeda's Cookies. You have a whole bunch of different places you can go to. Head over. You're in Little Rock. So again, it's very practical. And instead of stopping by, you know, a McDonald's or a Subway or whatever it is, or or a hotel. I'm trying to get hotels and other things, but so far I haven't gotten a ton of them yet. But you get it. Instead of going to other people's businesses, we can support our own by using this map. So that kind of upgraded it to another level. And I'm constantly adding all of the things in the map are directly from here. So if you click on any pin, you'll have the name that's listed right here. You'll have the description that's also listed right here. And then you'll have the website where you can do business with them.
You know what
So,
this reminds me of is the Negro Motorist Green Book.
yes,
And it
indeed.
just a very updated version of it, and this is it's great because I think we were just I think it was Tariq that was just talking about the need to put one of these together, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh well, shit, Black Truth already been on this job, and I'm proud of it because it came out phenomenal, brother. If I had only one thing that I'd like to see is a area, like let's say I click on a farm and I was able to go to that farm, I would be able to come back and leave a comment on how my experience with that farm was. Does that make
Mm,
sense?
a review
Right.
system, yes. So there are other brothers and sisters who are working on different projects. The beauty of the B1 Rolodex is that it's raw data. So
Hmm.
for those who are tech geeks, you know that when something's organized in this fashion, it's very easy to plug and chug into any kind of Rolodex, any kind of website,
Right.
any kind of app. So there's a brother who's working on an app. I don't want to, say his name or you know, speak for him in his place, but he's actually designing an app that will allow you to leave reviews and verify things, and he's actually going to be taking from this data. So again,
Okay.
it's not really a pride thing. Anyone can download this. I'll show you right here. Again, I'm not logged in as Black Truth United. Right here, you can hit download and you can upload it. You can hit make a copy. It'll make an exact replica of the document. So again, if anything happens to me, or if you want to start your own, let's say you don't like my rules and you want to add a whole entire sexual content, version of the Rolodex or something, then you can feel free to do that. But this is just the main one that I'm controlling right now. And also the map, if you go here, again, you can make a complete copy of the map. You'll have all the data,
Mm.
everything. So anyone can embed this in their website. You can download a KML document and upload it to My Maps, and it'll show up exactly how it is right in here. So it's not like something where I'm trying to protect and make sure no one can take the data or whatever. Or it's yeah, it's I'm not on the
He said, "I'm not
prideful
trying to
tip.
lock this away. This is for the
No,
world."
yeah, and I see the need. For example, if the brother who's working on the app, if he gets a hold of the data, he can upgrade it to the next level and it'll benefit our people. I'm going to be, once he makes the app, I'm going to be taking from his data and adding it to the bottom of here after verifying everything. So,
Well, brother,
it's a, or go
we
ahead.
got Shabazz asking if you can put your Patreon in the chat. And while you do that, I
Okay.
will read this comment from our sister Seven, who says, "And this is much needed instead of a do nothing boycotts." I feel you 100%. These do nothing boycotts it's just insane to me. It's buffoonish, to be honest with you. And there's so many people that you could be. I understand boycotting any company. I haven't shopped at Target in years. Up until recently, on the 28th, I went and did some shopping there. But, you know, up until recently, I hadn't shopped at Target because, I would tend to go directly to certain people's websites if I wanted to get anything, right? That's what I would suggest. If people wanted to boycott, okay, if you're going to boycott the company, but there's still black owned businesses in these companies. And if you're not going to say, well, I'm going to pull my money from you and make sure it goes to the black owned business directly, then all you're doing is just following the crowd. You're a sheep being led to the slaughter. Let me go ahead and pull that
Amen.
up.
Yeah, the boycotting is silly at this point. We people neglect the fact that Target actually holds a lot of black owned businesses products, same as
Right.
Walmart. People
And was
sell through
actually getting
those companies.
ready to they were getting ready to add, I think, of like 150 more black owned businesses to their shelves.
Mm,
And then this happened. Now people basically just gave Target reason to say, well, we can't even afford, to bring in these products because people are boycotting us. Like it's dumb. It's dumb to me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
yeah, no, I haven't seen a big difference at all, especially at the Targets and Walmarts and things that I've seen here. I haven't seen a big difference. People are still shopping, so I don't think it's going to have any kind of effect on the overall bottom line of the company.
Mhm.
And I think it's rather silly that we're still listening to clowns like Al Sharpton, or as I like to call him, Al Sharp Cheddarton, who's a known rat in our community.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, it's very silly.
Yeah, I don't even understand. And like you said, he's a known rat. He's a known
Hmm.
informant. So I don't understand why people even look to this guy and say, you know what? He's somebody to follow. The man is the definition of COINTELPRO. Like that's
Hmm.
exactly what he is. Government operative given to you, and people believe that he's a leader. They make you a leader or made him a leader. But go ahead, family, continue.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could. It's really just going to be on repeat for now. You can zoom into any city that you'd like inside of the map, and you'll be able to find various businesses owned by FBA or B1 individuals. This is Sister Danny with the Chicago Go Red. That's her business right there. Give me a second. Right
Salute
there,
to
the
my,
You Against You Fitness. Or sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just giving a salute to my family, Danny, man, because I call her my cousin because we're Carters. We're both Carters. So anybody with my
Oh,
last
really?
name, I tend to call my cousin. But if she from Louisiana, then most likely we are related. But shout out to her because she been out there just going ham on them, just letting everybody know.
Yeah, I think Brandon Johnson is in for a rude awakening. He thinks he's untouchable, and he's just going to be able to drift off after screwing over the entire Chicago population. That's not going to happen.
Well, he already has that. I think it's like $3 million from his retirement or something like that from his teachers union and something like this dude. I think that he's trying to Scrooge McDuck his way, do everything he can because we all know he's going to be a one-term mayor, right? But I think he's trying to do everything he can to fill his pockets and then dip. But like you said, he's going to find a rude awakening, especially with Congress trying to call him in and have him testify for his actions. But go ahead, family.
Got connection issues. Brother Church?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I think something happened. But you were saying something about I I missed like the last 30 seconds or so.
Oh, I was just talking about how Brandon Johnson think he gonna ride off into the sunset with those millions that he got from his teachers union. But like you said, it's gonna be a rude awakening, especially with Congress pulling him in, to make him testify for his actions out there.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy thing to get away from, especially when he's making so many or highly empowered individuals mad.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, indeed, this is the B1 Rolodex. There's not really much more to present. It's the same thing. As you go along, you'll be able to sometimes recognize different people from the Black grassroots. A lot of times you may not know the people, but they all have been verified. And if something happens, like let's say this person sells his or her company to another business or something, again, there's a way for you to reach out to me to report it to me. That way I can verify what happened and then remove it from the Rolodex. So it's a constant verification and re-verification process, a living document, truly.
Family, you did a phenomenal job on this. And I'm excited to see where it goes from here and to see the growth of it because geez, I mean, you put in a lot of work, family, and I don't even know how much time. How much time did it take to initially put together just the foundation of the Rolodex?
Mm. You'd be surprised. It wasn't terribly long. You're talking about just the foundation.
Right.
I think the definitely the farms did take a long time. That took well over a month to verify all the farms because there's a lot of tethering going on. You know,
Mm,
when I would look at some of these websites, farmers in Black Farmers Index, this and that. I'm not trying to throw shade on anyone's website or whatever, but when I would dig through, it would be literally a name in Spanish, La Fazenda, La Familia. Eso, you know, it's a lot of tethering going on. So it took quite a while to verify all of the farms and but what you were saying as far as the initial part, maybe a week or so just to get it all together.
okay. Um, and for anybody who would like to come up and ask our brother a question, I did drop the link in the chat. Just make sure that it's very brief. Our brother does have other things to get to. Um, I want to also ask, where would you like to see this go? What is
Mm.
your overall goal for the B1 Rolodex?
I want to see an entire network, an entire B1 force behind the Rolodex. I want our brothers in Memphis our sisters in California, our B1 family in Florida, all to be verifying businesses in their own areas, become contributors. And so when it's like that, because I can only do so much for my end,
Mhm.
it's a little bit hard to verify just over online, you know, checking into backgrounds and different things that I use in order to verify. But if I have a brother who's in New York City, he can tell me, hey, this person is, this person isn't, this person's on code, that person is not. You see, there's a way of verifying. So I see it I see it eventually evolving into like a network, almost like a spider web of verified individuals who can contribute in their specific regions and then grow from there. And if someone has a better method, or creates an app or something that engulfs what I'm doing, then so be it. I'll definitely hang out in the background and support whatever they're doing. And that's what I see this evolving into.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, family. Uh, you did a phenomenal job on this, and like I said, it gives me that feeling of the Negro Motorist Green Book. You know what I mean? And like we've been talking about the absolute need for this, so that we can know where we can actually get together and network. You did a broadcast the other day where you was asking about what can we do as black businesses and on every level. And I love that question because it had me really thinking, and one of the things, and I did leave the comment for you, but one of the things that I feel the most is that black businesses need to resource and get their products from other black businesses. I have an issue where people say buy black, buy black, but all of that person's products come from China. You get what I'm saying? Like, and there's a black owned t-shirt shop right up the street or something like that. You feel me? So this
Yes,
map,
sir.
the map in itself kind of makes it easier for people who are in business for themselves, who wants to find locally sourced goods. It gives us the opportunity to actually circulate the black dollar and keep the black dollar circulating, rather than just spending your money with someone who's black, but then that black dollar doesn't circulate because they don't go and spend that black dollar with another black business.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's because of the nonstop economic sabotage that our community has faced. Yeah, we are lacking certain industries. We used to have all kinds of stuff, textiles. We used to be in charge of y- our legal our legal programs. We used to have our own doctors, our own restaurants, our own grocery stores and everything. We still have those things to some extent, but like you said, the Rolodex allows people to do business with one another. For example, if I have an office building and there's a cleaning company that's FBA or B1 owned, I can contact that person and get them to clean as opposed to
Mhm.
someone else. If
Right.
there's a restaurant and they need to source vegetables, they can contact the farmer that's in their region and see if they have the vegetables that they're looking for. So yeah, it definitely does help with business to business interactions. Even if there's an event, like let's say Tyreek hosts an event in Atlanta or something, he can go right to the map or to the Rolodex and see all of the businesses in Atlanta. Let them know, hey, there's an expo going on. It's going to be this amount to have your post. We can support you and get your name out there for marketing reasons. I think a lot of the problems that our people encounter with having a business is that it's hard to market, it's hard to get your name out there in time to sustain what you have going on. So you may be skilled in whatever you do, like let's say you're a mechanic, but not a lot of people know about you, and just trying to get your name out there is difficult. a lot of people who are mechanics don't know how to run a social media account or how to create a website or how to market to people. So this definitely helps to bridge some of those difficulties.
Well, family, I'm gonna go ahead and honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you your flowers now, okay? Because you deserve them. Like
Thank
I
you, sir.
said, with the time that you put in to this whole thing, it is well worth it, and I truly appreciate you for everything that you're doing because, like I said, you're basically bridging the gap, and you spoke about Tariq, but I want to stress that it doesn't just have to be Tariq. It could be anybody. If you're putting
Hmm.
on a event or something like that, this should make it a lot easier for you. You can find you a local restaurant that can cater for you. You can find you
Exactly.
whatever you need, you know. So I really hope everybody utilize this tool because this is a very powerful tool if put in the right hands.
Yes, sir. Very true. Yeah, a lot of times we want to put everything on one person's shoulders, and yeah, that's not fair. We have a lot of different companies out here that do things, and we can utilize their services. Now, brother Church, were you? I know you mentioned something about possibly having people ask questions at the
Yes.
very end. Are you still doing that?
Yes, I put the link down, but if no one comes up, then we're just going to end it off.
Oh, okay, got it.
But is there anything else you would like to say? Like any final thoughts that you would like to give to the family?
Yes, indeed. I want to thank you, Brother Church, for having me up here, for getting the word out about this document, and for doing all the work that you do in the Black Grassroots. Definitely, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Like, share, support our brother Church. He does a lot of work, and we need to support him like we would support any other Black-owned business.
I
Those will be
truly
mine.
appreciate you, family. I truly appreciate you. And brother, we gonna speak again. I'm gonna have you back up. You know, I like to have you back periodically so we can see the growth of the B1 Rolodex, and that way people can see where it started and where it ends up.
Yes, sir. That would be good.
Much love to you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Peace, family.
Peace, family. Family, I hope y'all was taking notes. I hope y'all was paying attention because, like I said, the man, he's doing the Lord's work. There's a lot of us out here doing the Lord's work when it comes to our people, and it makes me proud because there's so many people that's with the negative Nancy Bull stuff to be like, oh well, we ain't never gonna do right. We can't even help each other. And you see in real time that we're out here literally putting things together so that we can actually work with each other, so we can grow economically, so we can grow just on every level while being the foundational Black Americans that we are, while being sabotaged. The only people throughout American history to be sabotaged every single time we try to step into an area of economic growth. So we got to keep on being innovative when it comes to keeping that growth going because we know we're the only people to get sabotaged. So when everyone else comes around talking about, well, my family was here for X amount of time and, they came with $3, which we know is a lie because you can't come to a country with no damn money. You would be broke and homeless. So we know they got help. We know they continue to get help. And we know that they continue to be prioritized over us. So situations like the B1 Rolodex is very necessary, highly, highly necessary. But family, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And make sure that you go and get that B1 Rolodex and utilize it, family. When I say it reminds me of the Negro Motorist Green Book, the reason why the Negro Motorist Green Book was necessary so that we would know who we were and where we were while driving through the South. Well, really driving through America. So that we would be able to not only be safe, but we'll be able to support our people and protect ourselves. So make sure you utilize this just like you would utilize the Green Book. I don't know if any of you ever used the Green Book. I know my grandfather had one. So for me, the B1 Rolodex is our generation of Green Book. But with that being said, family, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever can't stand us black people, he doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing, us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm out.